first of all, thank you very much for agreeing for such interesting way of communicating during our times. And I would like to ask you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself. How long do you work in this profession? Maybe how did you choose this profession? Why? And so on.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for having me. My name is Kristine Klaramunta-Antila, and I am certified nutritionist. In clinical nutrition, I'm working only 4 years, but actually I'm very familiar with nutrition about already 12 years. This is my second education, my second master degree. My first education is actually in economics, but then the big turnover in my life happened, and I decided to change the education just because I noticed that actually food can do the people in a good way. If you are choosing right products, right diet, and right lifestyle, how big difference it can make to your life. And I was 8 years I was doing it on my own, and then I decided to make it official. So I entered Riga, studied university, and I become a nutritionist.
So first started like a hobby, yeah, like an interest.
Actually, that was more about my son. He was having different kind of difficult diagnosis, and nutrition was the first therapy I started to implement on him, and therefore I was studying a lot, doing researches, checking, and we got really great progress, and so I decided that I need to do that officially.
Okay, interesting. And clinical nutritionism, it's like you're a doctor, right?
We are not considered to be doctors because we cannot prescribe receipts. But yeah, we can work in hospitals. We are working in with the ill people, with people who are having different kind of illnesses, chronic, acute, and etc.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so when exactly, for example, people should go to nutritionist if they have some problems, illnesses, or for example, if they just want to, I don't know, lose some weight also?
Yeah, it is a good question. Actually, pretty much I would advise everybody to come once for a consultation, just to understand the way you are eating. Is it good for your lifestyle? What you should consider? Do you have some illnesses in your family? This may come with the genes with you, and you can really affect that. You can stop it. You can make the gene expression to become later in the age than it was for your father or for your mother. Then of course weight loss. If you are already having some problems, you can come to nutritionist.
Mm-hmm. But how does it happen, this like consultation? For example, do I need to pass some analysis to understand which products are good for my organism, or it's just like a conversation?
It depends. If you just want to come for a consultation, usually we are just starting with a dialogue, and I am checking what you are eating, what's your lifestyle. Maybe you have some specific target you want to reach, I don't know, become more healthy eater, or you want to have a special diet. And then I'm deciding whether I want to see some blood works or not. And according that, usually those who are having already some kind of problems in health with the sugar, with the cholesterol, or some cardio problems, then I'm asking to do blood works immediately, and we are working immediately. There will be some deficiencies, there will be some disbalances that we need to fix. In that case, yeah, the blood works are done.
Okay. So I think let's start with the questions then.
Okay.
So we will work like, I will just ask questions and then we will talk about it. And if some more questions will appear in the chat, I will definitely read them. And yeah, this is how it's going to be. So I think let's start from the questions which you have received already. So the first question is it true that bread without yeast is better, and why?
No, it's not true. I totally disagree because I really don't see the point. Only cases when I am asking my customers to exclude yeast from the diet is when they are having bloating, gases, like digestive problems, because it may affect for some certain period of time, or also candida, fungal infection. It likes yeast a lot. In that cases, yes, I may ask to exclude the yeast, but otherwise I don't see the reason why it should be excluded.
Okay, so we can eat bread and it's going to be fine. Good. Are we going to get fat if we eat a lot of bread? As there is like this quite I don't know if it's a stereotype or it's true.
Yeah, this is very, very interesting. I have a lot of customers who are saying immediately, I'm not eating bread, I'm not eating potatoes, but the coffee
like pasta
I'm
and all
always
this
having with the chocolate. That's very difficult. But everything is the balance between intake and expenditure. If you are active, moving a lot, then why not eat bread? I don't see the problem in that.
Okay, so we can enjoy it. Great. Okay, so next question is, what products are the least genetically modified?
Yeah, this was a little bit interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's correct to ask you such question. Maybe some scientists better, but maybe you also
I can try to answer.
Yeah, okay.
Because practically everything what human being is eating has been cultivated, and at some point the genes has been changed. All crops, all tomatoes, potatoes, everything, we have made them bigger, nicer, more resistant, and etc. But if we are paying attention exactly to those GMOs, then these are products which are coming mainly from states, and they are very popular there. However, in Europe, we have very strict regulations. These kind of products should be labeled, marked on all products. And to be honest, I haven't seen any product in Latvia, at least I haven't seen any product in Latvia which would contain GMOs. So, but if you want to make sure that you are eating clean products, then you should go to the forest and pick up some berries.
Yeah, or grow it yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also haven't seen any products marked in Latvia.
We have quite strict rules in EU, so you shouldn't be really afraid from these ones.
Okay.
And actually, there is no very clear. People are just expecting that it may cause allergy, it may cause some side effects, but they are not yet really proven. We are eating wrong, not say wrong, but different genes every day. In each food, we are having different genes. So
yeah, I think it's just like some stereotypes or some
no, yeah, it is. However, yeah, sorry, I'm interrupting you. But in states, for example, it's very typical to say food, no GMOs. But no, in Latvia, I think we don't have such problems.
Good. Okay. Are there clear principles of having better diet without thorough planning and measuring? What are you eating?
Yeah, my first question is, why do you really need to do the careful planning? Do you have some reasons for it? But we have our own standards, how we are advising people to eat more healthy. And first, which is coming to my mind, is this so-called healthy plate, according which you should eat. Maybe you know already. It is like you are dividing plate to the half, and half of the plate are vegetables. Then 1/4 of the plate is protein-containing foods, and the 1/4 of the plate is grains and potatoes. This is number one, which I'm usually also suggesting to follow my customers who are trying to start to eat healthier or start to lose weight, because this is step number one, just to learn to make a proper healthy plate. Then the other thing, what I'm advising is to choose whole foods, less processed foods. So that you're just buying in the shop vegetables, fruits, meat, eggs, and make your own meals and dishes. And if we are talking about vegetables and fruits, then we are having a saying, eat a rainbow. You need to include all colors of the rainbow in your meal. And this is guaranteeing that you are getting more or less the good variety of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, and drink plenty of water, exclude sugars. This is this kind of very simple and actually easy to follow healthy plan.
Yeah, I think it's also like an answer for one of the questions from the chat that I'm reading now. Where was that? Yeah, how to eat healthy on a daily basis, and how to stay healthy on a daily basis. So pretty much this is
on a daily basis. What is important and biggest mistake what I have noticed is you need to plan your meals, and you need to be regular and consistent. When you are excluding meal, usually first thing what you are doing, you are grabbing something sugarish, some coffee with a lot of milk and adding a lot of sugar. And then in the evening you are coming home and you are very hungry and you are overeating and you cannot stop eating, and then you are snacking. And this is my story. See, this is usually this is very typical problem among my customers. So you should plan your meals and stick to your meals, and there shouldn't be anything complicated or big. It can be just, if you don't have time for a meal, grab an apple and good nuts and eat something. Just don't starve. Don't eat some sugars or something bad.
So like for this healthy daily eating and diet, so you still have to plan something in advance.
Yes, yeah, because if you are not eating, if you haven't planned your meal and you are going to office, for example, now all restaurants are closed, and in case you don't have a chance to order anything to the office, what is in the office? Usually coffee and sugar. That's how you are filling up your energy. You need to know, if you won't have time to eat or you are not able to order something, then you should grab some snack from home so that you can replace this meal. In that way, you should plan,
Okay. So what are our next questions? What is the most useless product for the human body? Like what we shouldn't eat, definitely.
That was also an interesting question. I was quite a long time sitting and thinking, and actually only thing that came into my mind is maybe alcohol. That is really something that we don't need at all. We don't have any use of it. Everything else from the products, it depends in what kind of situation in life you are at the moment. Yeah, if you are obese or you are trying to lose weight, maybe sugar is not very welcome in that part of your life. But from the other hand, if you are physically active, well-trained person, or maybe even underweight, then the sugar is not a big problem. So it depends. Where are you in your life and what you want to do and what you are trying to reach?
But for example, okay, you can get this sugar from like different sources. It can be fruits, which, as I understand, like a healthy source of sugar. And it can be like some cakes, chocolate, I don't know, sugar itself. So is it also allowed?
Yes.
Okay.
But again, it depends. It depends whether you are active enough, how often you are taking such bad foods, and how much you are taking them. If you are eating your birthday cake once in a year, I don't see a problem. Even once in a month, if you will eat some pizza or some cake and you are in normal weight and physically active, I don't see a problem here.
Yeah, okay,
the problem is that we are eating sugars every day, 3 times a day. This is a problem.
Yes. But how how often would you say it is allowed, like, to eat sugar? Once a week, once a month, better never, sometimes in a day when you're upset, or when?
Yeah, and ladies are also having some special moments in the life every month. So then also craving of sugar is quite high. Um, I'm not suggesting really to eat sugar every day. It's just causing trouble in your body. Even if you are healthy and happy, there is those disbalances with the sugar, and usually it makes you feel worse. But if somebody is coming to me and saying, I want to lose weight, and yeah, I have this problem that I'm eating candies every day, then I am suggesting to cut it to once or twice in a week, but one portion only, once or twice in a week, not the whole day from the morning to the evening. So that the person is not eating too much sugar, but at the same time, he or she doesn't feel that he's forbidden to eat it at all, and it keeps him mentally more easy to go over all this rituals.
It's like some kind of like cheat days, cheat meals.
We
You could
can
say.
call them, yeah, like that. Cheat days, cheat meals, yeah.
If we started this theme, then I have a special question from one of our colleague. He asked if you are eating some junk food, and if yes, then how often?
Me?
Like some McDonald's. Yes, he wanted to especially.
Actually, I really don't like McDonald's nor Hesburger. I am eating sometimes. I once was eating Subway sandwich because we were traveling somewhere and everything else was locked, and we were not able to get, no, either it was Statoil food or the Subway sandwich. And but what I am doing, I am making my own pizzas, I'm making my own burgers, and I'm making them tasty and nice and delicious. And yes, I'm eating junk food, but McDonald's and these fast foods are not my favorite. I just don't enjoy them. I don't like them really.
So for example, like if I'm cooking a burger at home or a pizza, it's like a normal option to have such cheat meal, right?
Yeah, usually because I'm then choosing also wisely, if we can say so, what kind of dough I'm making. Maybe I can add some full grain flour there. Then I can cook my own tomato sauce, tasty with the garlic and everything. And then I can put my maybe fish or salmon. I can make my own pizza. It's not going to be anything low in calories, but at the same time, I can make it better, more enjoyable, and tasty.
Okay, yeah, it's a good option actually. good way of eating delicious and not super healthy food, but still kind of healthy. Okay, so let's go to our next questions. Is about microgreens. We were also discussing it today in the office that lately, or it's not lately, I don't know quite, it became quite popular to eat microgreens and put it like on your meals. So should we really eat them? Do they have enough supplements for the body? And how much should we consume?
Microgreens are really good product, especially now in the spring when we don't have any proper vitamins nor minerals in vegetables. And these microgreens you can grow on your window. And usually I'm really suggesting my customers to use them. And I don't have any particular proportions. If you like them, you should eat as much as you like a part of your dish, your salad, and put on your sandwich. They definitely have much more vitamins and minerals than those imported vegetables, which are usually also containing, unfortunately, some chemicals and etc. So yes, please grow microgreens on your window.
So you kind of can't overdose with it, right? You can eat as much as you want.
Okay, I cannot tell you that somebody will grow the whole window and then start to make smoothies. You can really, they are a little bit having this kind of detoxification properties, and then you may start to feel like sick and dizzy because you overdo with it. One thing is pregnant ladies should not really eat yam because it may contain some bacteria, and immunity during the pregnancy is a little bit lower, so those should be aware. And maybe those who are having some immunosuppressants, like if you have kidney transplant, usually your immunity is suppressed so that it doesn't get out the kidney from your body, then those should not eat microgreens.
Okay.
Everybody else can.
Okay, good. Thank God. Okay, I think let's start this one big theme that we have a lot of questions about. It's vegans and vegetarians, and if we should eat meat or we shouldn't, or how healthy actually meat is for, how healthy and how necessary, I would say, meat is for our organism.
No, the fact whether you should eat meat or not, this is entirely up to you. Meat is really good source of protein, and for ladies, it's very good source of iron. But yes, we can live without it. We can replace it easily, and it's not obligatory that we should eat meat. Of course, nowadays it is very modern to suggest that you should eat grass-fed animals, and you should try to do all this beyond, etc. If you can, why not? Please do. But practically, this is up to you. You can eat meat and you can avoid it if you don't like it.
So both ways are kind of healthy in different ways, right?
Yeah. Then, except that if you are refusing it, you need to know whether or not you can replace some minerals, vitamins, and proteins, so that you are getting enough in your diet. All those things.
Okay. Then we had another question. Who is healthier, vegans or vegetarians?
I vote for vegetarians. Why? Because vegans, it's a little bit too strict elimination, if we can say so. Vegans cannot provide without supplements entirely everything that body needs, and that is the reason why I a little bit don't like it. Usually you should be really careful with vitamin D, with omegas, long chain omegas, because those are also only in fishes. You should be careful with the B12 vitamin, which is mainly in animal foods, and then particular fatty vitamins as well, which are dividing. Some of them are in animal foods, some of them are in the vegetable food. So I like vegetarians better because usually they are eating then either fish or milk products or egg. You can replace those missing parts.
Yeah, so it's like easier for them to get all the necessary nutritions from the food than vegans. Okay, but for example, there are a lot of this, I forgot the name in English, products which are giving you the same taste.
A replace or like
replacement. Yeah. But are these replaced products? I think they're not containing the necessary amount of these vitamins and nutritions. So how healthy is that also? How good are they?
Usually, for example, people are trying to get like vegan sausage and vegan meat, that kind of products. Mainly they contain from soya, and it is really good protein source. Soya, however, if we are checking meat and soya is missing some amino acids because animal protein is considered to be full good protein, everything that needs human body. In vegetable or soya protein, there's usually missing something partly. But you can nicely replace it if you are combining grains, beans, and nuts. And if you do good combinations, you can get like proper protein anyway in the end of the day. But if we are coming back to vitamin B12 and iron, then probably meat will be B vitamin, definitely. B12 vitamin will be only in animal food. Iron you can get also with soya, but in much less amounts. And additionally, soya products are also quite high in fiber, and fiber reduces iron absorption. So.
Okay. So let's go to our next question. Is it really important to maintain a fat, protein, carbohydrate ratio, or how long can a person sit on a keto diet? And let's talk about the keto diet itself. It's quite an interesting topic as well.
But it is important that you are getting enough protein from your body, because this element you cannot store. You need to get it every day, enough protein. We can store fat, we can bunch up sugar into the fat cells, and then we can make sugar if we need to, but we cannot do anything about the protein. So no matter what kind of diet you are doing, you have to make sure that you are getting enough protein. If we are returning to keto diet, I would usually what I am suggesting to my customers is to keep it up not longer than 3 to 6 months. Why? Because actually it is having extremely good results regarding the weight loss, and those who are having, for example, glucose tolerance problems or problems with sugar or diabetes. This is a good version to lose weight. But at the same time, if you have problems with cholesterol, it will go up, definitely. If usually some micro disbalances appears in your body, and you may lack sodium, magnesium, a lot of vitamins and minerals, and you will in the end notice that. For example, we were having one lady in hospital who was sitting on the ketogenic diet quite long period of time. She was having a sky high blood pressure and at the same time very low sodium, and in the hospital the people even didn't know what to do with her, because it's really like totally crazy discipline. So you should be careful with these things.
Yeah, so like you have to balance it, right? And not to do it for too long time.
Yeah, and another thing, but I would like to warn about is that when you are returning, when you are returning back to the diet, please make sure that you know what kind of diet you should follow afterwards. Because if you will go back to your previous eating habits, you will gain weight again.
Yeah.
And ketogenic diet, it doesn't teach you how to eat properly afterwards. Yeah, it has good results and it gives you very good guidelines is how you should eat on the diet, but what you should do after, they are not saying. So be careful with that.
Is there some kind of diet that you could suggest to do after this keto diet, so it's not such a big difference?
Then I would ask, what was your diet before it? What was your problem? Why did you decide that you want to do ketogenic diet? Usually it is the carbohydrates which are the causing issue, and then I'm suggesting to follow this healthy plate that I mentioned already before. But additionally implement grains and this kind of sweet sugarish fruits slowly, step by step. Those who are really eager to follow your health, I'm suggesting to buy a glucometer, which is using by diabetes people who are measuring the
finger.
Yeah. Of course, you can buy also this, which is here in the arm. You can put for 2 weeks also, that you can buy, and then you don't need to stick your finger. several times in a day, just one small button in the arm, and you will see how your sugar is fluctuating. And then quite nicely you can see when you are coming out from the ketogenic diet, you are, for example, in the morning putting in some rice, and then you can see how your body is reacting. And if it's really high, I would not suggest to implement so quickly in the diet. Rather stick with those grains and fruits which are a little bit more evenly making those glucose waves.
Okay. I actually had some other question about the diet, but now I don't see it. But if we started to talk about some different diets or ways of eating, let's talk about what was the name? Fasting. How healthy is that? How we should do it, how we shouldn't do it, what results can it give, and what is your opinion about it?
Fasting can be very, very many versions and ways how to do it. It can be a total fasting when you are not eating anything, 3 to 5 days. It can be fasting imitating diet when you are for a few days eating some certain products in low calories, or it can be intermittent fasting when again can be many cycles that you are fasting for 1 day in a week, or you are, for example, fasting some certain hours in a day. Fasting, I like in my practice. I'm using it a lot because it kind of organizes the people. It keeps like them to more attached to the regime. People usually are thinking, okay, I can eat. For example, very popular is 16-8-hour intermittent fasting, when 8 hours you are eating and 16 hours you are fasting. And then people usually are thinking, okay, these 8 hours I will be eating all the time, everything what I wanna, and then 16 hours I will be fasting. Yeah, you can do that, but it won't help you much if you are trying to lose weight. Still, you need to stick to the nice eating, good eating habits, and follow some certain regime. But this is good, because exactly because of this problem with the regime, what I was explaining already in the beginning, that in the evening we are coming home, we are eating supper, and then we are snacking all the time. And this snacking is giving a lot of extra energy. And if I'm setting that window for a customer that you are coming home, 7 o'clock you are eating, or 8 o'clock you are eating your supper, and then you are eating only breakfast 12 o'clock, it's kind of keeping them nicely organized. It's good. If we are coming back to a bit more serious fastings, like for example, this fasting imitating diet, it is usually so that you are eating for 5 days mainly vegetables, good fats, so you are excluding carbohydrates, you are excluding animal protein. This process helps to the body to renew. It is switching on so-called autophagy. When your body is cleaning out all bad cells, it's eating those bad cells and taking them out from your body. It's also quite good therapy. But fasting is not good for everybody. If you are really having a glucose problems, if you are having high stress, all the time, constant stress, and you have adrenal fatigue or some other chronic illnesses, you really need to check if this fasting is good for you, because you may have only headaches, bad mood, bad feeling, and the fasting won't help you much.
So for example, if I have a lot of stress in my life, then I better not start it.
No, not necessarily. Then I would go through some questionnaire with you, and I would check how you, if how many parameters are against you and how many are for you, and then we would start step by step, slowly. I wouldn't suggest to start immediately 16-8, but for example, in the beginning, 10 hours. 10 hours you are eating and 12 hours fasting. The next day you are increasing this fasting window. And if you are feeling fine, then we can continue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good that you can kind of go slowly into this diet and adjust to it as well. Interesting now to try. Well managed. But yeah, I found this question which I wanted to ask about the diet. I'm not sure how correct it is, but is there some kind of a healthy, like the most healthy diet for losing weight that you can suggest? Or is it like completely up to each person? Because, for example, how does it happen usually? People are not going to some nutritionist, they're Googling, finding some diet and like, okay, this I eat, let's try. But maybe you have some advice how to find a diet for yourself, or is there any kind of healthy diet also that you could suggest?
Usually I am suggesting to start with those healthy habits that I was telling you in the beginning, this healthy plate. First, to do frequent meals, like 3 to 4 meals a day. Then you are trying to eat according to this healthy plate. You are cutting out sugars. And then next thing what you can do, you can check maybe your portions are too big and you are trying this nice healthy plate just to make it a little bit smaller, and check what your weight is doing. Usually for those who are really eating unhealthy and bad, this is a good way to start, and this is healthy way to start, and that's how you are learning. Then afterwards, this is not like a diet, you are just learning to eat healthy, and you are sticking with it in the rest of your life practically, with some cheating days in between, of course. And if this doesn't work, then we are taking a little bit more serious instruments to work with. One can be this ketogenic diet. Then you should make sure that you are really not having problems with cholesterol. You have properly working gallbladder. You don't have, some people actually usually around 40s already have by surgery taken it out. That kind of people I wouldn't suggest. And then there are many. There is a paleo diet, for example, which is also rather good. And I need to understand what is the reason why, in first place, you have got excess weight. For example, ladies are having a thyroid problem very often. Thyroid doesn't work. The weights need to work, and then again, I would rather. This kind of ketogenic diet would destroy thyroid even more, and it would reduce your metabolism even less. Your metabolism would work even slower. So it is very different from person to person. I would suggest to start with this healthy plate.
Yeah, just like healthy habits. Okay, we have also a question about the opposite topic, how to gain weight in a healthy way. For example, we have some apparently colleagues who wants to get some muscle weight. And the question is how to do it in a healthy way.
Number one is you should be ready to do some strength trainings. If you are not doing strength trainings and only with the diet, you won't gain much. And also the question is whether you really want to gain fat. I don't think so. So, and in that case, it is frequent meals. Every meal should contain enough protein, enough carbohydrates, and very regular trainings. And then maybe also additionally some supplements could help.
We also had a question about protein shakes. Are they good, or it's just like some stereotype? And the question was, I struggle to gain muscle weight and think about drinking some protein shakes. Can you advise?
Protein shake is a good meal replacer, and it is meal for lazy one, or for example, if you don't have time to eat. But then I would consider to buy not some. It doesn't matter how to say. You can get enough protein with meat, eggs, milk products. You don't need to drink protein shake, and there is some certain amount of protein you should eat every day, and it's not advised to exceed this amount, because then you will only put some extra effort to your kidneys. Your body will be overloaded and it will need to get rid of it, and it cannot use the way you wanna. So you can drink protein shakes, but I really don't see the point. It's comfortable, yeah. A very good source of protein, for example, we have in shops, this is PNS packs, for example.
Yeah.
This is as good protein as just to buy in the powders. But yeah, if you are vegan or vegetarian, then yeah, then you can add some bean protein or soya protein to your meals. Then it's a bit more difficult.
Okay. We have a question in the chat, so let's go back to this fasting theme. Question is from Olga. I feel good when fasting, and it's easy for me not to eat like 20 hours. The only problem, she has headaches sometimes. So does she need to go do some tests, or it's fine?
No, usually it's not fine. It means that something is wrong. For ladies, actually 20 hours without meal, should be careful. You may really damage your metabolism, and then it's going to be very difficult to get out of it. As well, I would ask how many coffees you are drinking, what kind of products you are eating, because of course there could be some triggers which are causing headache as well. And yeah, for your interest, you can do some blood tests for glucose, for insulin, for glycated hemoglobin, this kind of check what is your glucose tolerance.
Okay, Olga, now you know what to do. Okay, so if we started talking about coffee, we had actually a lot of also questions about coffee. Is it good? I don't think so, but it's just my opinion, so you will tell us. Is it good or bad? How much it is allowed to drink coffee per day? Maybe there are like some better coffee drinks, for example, like espresso, not latte or something like that. So tell us, please.
Okay. Coffee in general, if you are a healthy person and you can manage with the caffeine pretty well, then it is okay product in certain amounts. The fact whether you can manage with caffeine, you can find out that way, that when you are drinking espresso, your heart doesn't run and your breath stays even, you are calm and everything is fine. It means you can manage caffeine, and then no problems with drinking it. If you are I can't say not excited, but
Active.
you are overactive and you feel that your heart is jumping like crazy after drinking coffee, it means that your body cannot process caffeine properly. And then I would rather suggest to avoid it, but actually it means that some processes in liver with detoxification doesn't go very well. Usually 2 cups, 2 to 3 cups, like normal cups, not like these cups, but normal cups are okay per person in a day. Again, pregnant ladies should drink less. Lattes, what I don't like lattes is because it is a lot of energy and replacing a meal. If you are trying to gain muscle mass and weight, please go ahead. But if you are thinking about the weight loss, then you should take it in consideration, because sometimes latte can be like 200, 250 calories. Point of view. Yeah, that point of view, especially those in the shopping malls where it's heavy cream and syrups and everything else, so it's really high in calories. Be careful.
Okay, is cappuccino better?
Same thing. You should check those who are losing weight. I'm saying black coffee.
Okay.
If you don't have any problems with weight, go ahead, have cappuccino.
And enjoy the milk in your coffees. Yeah.
Ah,
Okay. Okay. I had also a question about this very popular thing, matcha.
yeah.
How is it better than coffee? Is it healthy? Should we drink it, or it's just like some also trend and actually nothing else?
Yeah, matcha, it is a green tea powder kind of thing. It's considered to be healthier than coffee,
Mm-hmm.
also containing a lot of caffeine. But sometimes I am asking people to exclude coffee in general, and then I'm letting to take this matcha tea if it's really so that they are dying and cannot go through the day without any caffeine. Yeah, but also in some researches, however, not very strong, it is suggested as it is improving your metabolism and giving you higher energy, that kind of product. So, yeah, please, matcha is no problem.
But it's also like better to drink it like a tea, not like some coffee, like matcha latte and all these things.
Only if you like.
Mm-hmm.
Only really you enjoy rather than yes, but especially to switch suddenly from coffee to matcha tea without any reasons, I don't see the point.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. So we had also a question in the chat. Which oil is good and bad? I've heard canola oil is the worst one you can use for cooking, but olive oil is the best. Is it true?
Not really. Because canola oil actually for cooking, if we are checking cooking, it's good, but there is other reasons why it's bad. For cooking, usually we are choosing those oils which you can heat up quite high, and we are checking at which temperature the smoke starts to appear. And olive oil is rather okay, but you should not really heat it up extremely high. So, like brief, like frying on the fan, olive oil is fine. But much better in this case will be avocado oil. It has really high this smoking temperature level, as well as coconut oil. But again, coconut oil is having a lot of saturated fats, same
Yeah.
as butter.
What about grape oil, for example?
Definitely not for frying. You can use it for salads, but not for frying.
Okay, so avocado oil is best for frying.
No, I wouldn't say it's best because it has some, it's so-called eruc acid, which is inflammatory. It causes inflammation in your body. So no, you can use it.
Okay,
Nothing
thank
bad
you.
will happen. If from the oils, I suggest avocado oil, but it's rather pricey. So I am
Yeah.
using myself olive oil, but I am not very big fan of deep and heavy frying. So,
Okay. If we started to talk about avocado,
okay.
I have a question about so-called superfood.
Mhm.
Could you maybe name these products, which are everything else? I don't know, except for avocado, because I know just avocado. The rest is a mystery.
Okay. My superfood number one is broccoli because
Mm.
this is the vegetable which is containing very dense vitamins, minerals, and other good stuff there. Just when you are eating it, you should cook it not more than 5 minutes. Then maybe
Yeah.
you get the benefits out of it. Then, if we are also thinking about vitamins and minerals, I like a lot liver. Liver is another extremely good food which is containing really good amounts of vitamins and minerals, but you should not eat it more than once in a week, because it is the organ through which is going all toxins and poisons, and
Yeah. So you
it's
can
good
also get it.
for vitamins, but yeah, not too often.
Mm-hmm.
As well, fish, you cannot replace it with anything, especially some fatty fish I like. And what else? Latvian, I don't know how it is in English actually. Smilts, berry.
Oh yeah. This is this yellow small
Hello,
berry.
yeah. That berry, it's a bomb of C vitamins. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. It's very specific taste.
it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
With that small spoon, you can get out of it a lot of things.
Okay. Um, so what should we eat to improve our immune system? Except for all this super products you just mentioned. Maybe you have some more suggestions, like exactly for the immune system.
Yeah, I will be repeating myself,
Yeah.
unfortunately, because there is no, you cannot get a flu and then suddenly start to eat C vitamin. No, you have to make your body strong. You have to make it strong with the good foods, with enough vitamins, with enough minerals. Your body immune system definitely needs proteins, because the protective system is made out of proteins, and if you are lacking something, then you are in trouble. Usually, if we are talking about the supplements, then zinc, selenium, C vitamin, or magnesium are those which are suggested to kind of check if you don't have some deficiencies, and maybe you need to take them additionally to your daily meals. But you should understand that all supplements will be absorbing in your body 10 times worse than from the products. In the products, all vitamins and minerals are in such combinations that your body recognizes immediately, and it knows what to do with them. Supplements may not work that way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I had also a question. You could also combine it with this immunity question, I think, because some time ago, at least definitely when I was little, all the time there was ads on the TV that Actimel supports your immune system and kind of levels it up. So we had the question, how are these Lacto products are really good, or is just some fake that they have these befido bacteria and all these kind of healthy things, as they say.
Yes, this is our microbiome. This is another part of immunity, and how strong we are. This is the way how our body defends itself from inside. If you have some problems or with the immunity in the gut, you may get really serious diseases and illnesses. So therefore, products with the probiotics are kind of suggested to people. Another question is, what is happening in our gut? We have very high acidity, and we are eating that yogurt with those bacteria. How many survive after going through that acidity? I cannot tell you. In general, these fermented products, they are good also for the digestion. But if they are improving really your microbiome, this is questionable. What you can do for microbiome, you should eat fiber. You should feed those good bacteria which are already living in your gut. And this is fiber. Vegetables, full grains, this kind of food will give you better results. Another thing is if you are having some stomach flu, and for example, you have diarrhea or vomiting, uh, rather diarrhea. If you will have vomiting, I don't think you will be able to eat something.
Yeah.
But if you have diarrhea, you may buy some good probiotics, which will help you in that moment when your gut is having really bad problems to fight in that situation. But in general, you are not able to change the microbiome the way you are having it. Only way to change it is with the food. This is like for some period of time, those probiotics will help, but in general, they will go away. But food that you are eating every day is making the biome of your how it is organized at that moment.
We have also Eva wrote in the chat that she recently found out that the ectomorph is so full of sugar that it's better to drink just kefir or yogurt without the flavor to get these probiotics. Which I also, yeah. But ectomorph tasted nice in the childhood.
The sugar, fat, and salt taste nice.
Yeah, true. Okay. Other question, a little bit interesting, also from our colleague. He asked, what is the better things to eat when you have a hangover?
Oh. I haven't been thinking about it.
Yeah, maybe
better not to have a hangover.
True. I will definitely tell him that. But if it happened.
No, I'm thinking, I think you should eat food that makes you feel better. I don't think there is some particular. I know somebody likes juice from the sauerkraut, or I don't know, marinade from cucumber. Somebody likes fatty, greasy food just to get out this poison from the body. There is no particular food that will help you. No C vitamin.
No cure. No cure.
to get through the day better. Difficult. No C vitamin, maybe. Yeah, could try.
Yeah, I think he had a high hope on the answer that will help him. Okay. Next question from our table is, I will try to read it correctly, but maybe I will be wrong. Please explain how to eat if you are ectomorph, mesomorph, or endomorph, and what is the difference? I don't know what it is, so if you will explain, it will also help.
Yeah, all these different types of body, whether you are very slim, like bones and skin, then whether you are just normal shape or you have tendency to have bigger bones and maybe also bigger flesh on your bones, so a bit bigger person. There might be a difference into composition of the protein, carbs, and fat. Sorry, I also don't know by heart which type was which. I will tell you the bigger type usually is suggested to have more protein and less carbs. But those skinny ones can have more carbohydrates and they maybe don't need so much protein. And that who is in the middle, it can have good proportion of everything.
Okay. I hope the person who asked this question is satisfied. Now I know how to eat in any figure.
Yeah.
Okay, we had one long, big question there. I think you also most probably had it because it was one of the first ones. Often in healthy recipes, wheat flour is substituted with rice flour, both not whole grain. However, when checking the nutritional facts, it does not seem that rice flour is any better than the wheat. Could you collaborate on this substitution? What might be the advantages of using rice flour instead of the wheat?
Yeah, this unfortunately people nowadays are thinking gluten-free and dairy-free and fat-free diet is the healthy and the good one, but it's not really a true. A gluten-free diet, I would suggest only to those persons who are really having a celiakia, which is autoimmune disease, or sometimes people are having gluten intolerance. It might happen, but it not necessarily means it because of the gluten, but the grains like wheat and rye and barley, they are also containing other compositions that may trigger those unpleasant symptoms. In these cases, yeah, I am suggesting to exclude gluten. Sometimes just to find out what is causing a problem, I am implementing some elimination diet like this and then returning back the products and checking whether the really gluten is the one who is causing it. Then in those cases, you can replace wheat flour with rice flour. Otherwise, from nutritional point of view, really there's no any benefits.
Okay. You were talking and I just thought that I know that there are gluten intolerant people, but I never thought of how can you understand that you're gluten intolerant? How does it show? Like you cannot eat certain products apparently, but do you have a rash or something?
Yeah, in case of gluten intolerance, it is stomach digestive problems. It's bloating, gases, constipation, it's pain in the stomach. That could be due to the gluten intolerance.
Okay. Some time ago, I'm not sure if it's still kind of popular topic or not, but there was some information that milk from like cow milk is not actually that healthy and is even not necessary or even bad for the human organism, as it was, I don't know, in the childhood that you have to drink this milk to be strong. Is it really true? Or because now we have a lot of also replacement like almond milk and coconut milk and everything you want. So should we drink better some that type of milk than the cow milk?
In this case, again, I don't think if you don't have any health issues, I like milk products and I never excluding them without a reason, because again, this is good source of protein, good source of calcium, and yes, there are some researches which are saying that cow's milk is for the small little cow, not for the human being. Another thing is that they are full of hormones and antibiotics that I don't know. You should then do the tests. Usually we are having laboratories who are testing products and all tests are going through quite nicely, so that in Latvia we don't have such issues, but I know that some people really are saying that it's not good and healthy. It's up to you. Again, this is the same way whether you are choosing to be a vegan or vegetarian. If you don't have problems with stomach, with digestion, with some kind of allergy maybe on because of the milk protein, I am not excluding milk from the diet.
Okay, so we can drink cow milk. Good. Okay, there was one kind of interesting question. I am eating 5 times per day and not getting more fat. Is that okay?
Yeah, I got also this question. I got a lot of additional questions. Like,
Yeah, like
wanna
what
get
exactly
that?
are you eating, right?
How big portions you are eating? What is your health? Are you male? Are you female? Do you have health issues? Why do you have such question in general? Because person who is eating 5 times a day can eat so that he or she doesn't gain fat.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, true. Like not enough information to
Yeah,
answer
a
the
little
question.
bit detailed, please.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I have another question that there was also, I know that now it's, I guess, less than a stereotype, but long time ago, and I think my mom still follows that. There is a saying that you're not supposed to eat after sex. How correct is that?
This is the same intermittent fasting.
Yeah. So my mom was
Very well, it
into the
helps.
thing
Well,
a long time
yeah,
ago.
uh, let's say so. If somebody with underweight would come to me, I would never suggest to stop eating at 6 o'clock. Those who are having extra weight and they are saying that they are snacking all the time, this suggestion is very good. But
So nice.
in general, yeah, usually I'm saying at least 3 hours before bed, we stop eating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I have one more question, which is most probably the last one. And it is carbonated water healthy or not?
I would not suggest because carbonated water is a little bit increasing so-called acidity, or our body needs to spend much more minerals to keep better balance in our body. So,
So better not, better just
better.
like normal water.
But if you will have it time after time, no problem. But if this is your everyday drink, better not. And also, I'm not suggesting to drink really mineral water like main source of water because well, it depends. You may get some stones in your kidneys, which you don't want because waters with a high level of mineralization is causing just accumulation of minerals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I didn't like it. I knew that. Okay, so I'm out of the question actually. So if somebody still have some questions, you can turn on your mic or write it in the chat so we could ask. Anybody?
Everybody's sleeping.
Yeah, I'll just try. There was like a question, but not kind of question because there is no question mark. It just feels like a statement. A recent study suggests a close association between dietary omega-6 and the development of the overweight and obesity. Omega-6 is a type of fat found in certain vegetable oils, which is presented in large amount of processed and junk food. But it's again not a question, just like a statement.
Yeah, and maybe this is not the worst source of omega-6. Much worse would be from the chicken meat, which is also very containing quite a lot of omega-6. And yeah, omega-6 in too high amounts is inflammatory in our body. It's causing inflammation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So nobody wants to ask anything, as I understand. Everybody got the answers and all their questions, I hope.
Great, nice. I also hope so.
So yeah, I will just thank you very much. It was very interesting. I found out a lot of stuff. I hope the rest of people who were listening to us as well. And yeah, it's your choice, people, to be vegan or vegetarian or eat meat. Everything is healthy. Just you have to think of what you're eating and eat with a healthy habits. Another was, don't drink carbonated water.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Okay.
but thank you for having me, and have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening as well. So then, bye.
Bye. Bye.